Hey, it's Sonia. Welcome back to my art YouTube channel. I realised I didn't redo an intro for the video that's coming up. So yeah, basically it's going to be a process video and a look through this, my abstract altered sketchbook. And that's it. Here's the video follows. Okay, so it's the morning, well, late morning now. And I've done a bit of art. I thought I would just share some things and then work on a spread. But this is my altered, well, it's to be altered abstract sketchbook that I think I've discussed this project. So it's definitely coming on. This was a page, because I try and mark the pages that I want to alter, and then I'm trying to be good about putting the post-it note that's marking them to say when I've re-altered it, just so I know which ones I chose to keep. Like that one's altered. I altered this one. But these ones I didn't want to alter them. In some ways I'm like, oh, maybe I should. But no, I'm going to keep them. Anyway, well, this is today's. So this one, this one, I'm not sure if it's finished or not. All I know is that underneath, as you can see, it had all this, I think I went a bit crazy on it with collage. I think this is acrylic paint. It was very black, really grubby. And what I decided to do this morning is just add a lot of this sort of pearlized white gouache. So to, I guess, pare it down a bit, I could totally obliterate it and start again. I could collage over it, stick in abstract collages, cover it up. But I just wanted to have that layered effect and at the same time maybe just keep these sort of shapes, which I know artists do as well, abstract artists. And then I've got the choice when this dries. I'm going to put it down to dry. I could then come on top with maybe some oil pastel. I could carry on. I've got my little over here, stuff, collage bits and bobs box. That's to stick in, like for example, cut out. But I think, to be honest with you, I'm almost tempted to leave this now, because if a sketchbook is a place for sort of doing experiments and keeping ideas, this is an idea, and it's just something visually, if I need inspiration with what to do with maybe a painting even in the future, or work on like just other works. And it's quite fun. I quite enjoyed slapping on the paint here as a quick exercise. So okay, I'm going to put that to one side. Is on the floor, a pile. And then this page I've got out because I'm going to stick it, this one I'm going to stick into my loose sketchbook, which I can't find, so I'll do that later. That was a self-portrait. I was deliberately trying to be loose doing a painterly one. And then I've got this one, so I might do another page in this one. This is something I was sort of fiddling with I need to date them, last few days. It's sort of, I had to be a bit careful because this thing is becoming super thick, so I've had to cut more pages out. And I sort of, therefore, because I was going quite heavy, I'm trying to find some heavy. I shared this on Patreon. I like this spread, but this is super heavy with collage, and then it obviously makes the page quite thick. So then subsequent pages, I've been using up old, what is this, gouache, acrylics, I don't know. And then other pages, just using marker drawings. This is a bit of collage and leftover gouache, but keeping it really simple. Yeah, when I've got lots of paint left over, I just like to use it for these pages. Drawing through the paint because it was so thick, and a bit of collage. Like one of my kids came back and gave me some of his leftover paper from school. This page I like. This is more collage. Right, so yeah, these are nice. I was going to film this, but I was actually just quite enjoying. These are quite nice pages for when you want that sort of mindful slowing down, just, you know, either silence or listening to something interesting, and a way of sort of I don't know, I always feel like I've created a bit of space, but at the same time made something. It's just nice to do something. Okay, so now I don't really know what I'm going to do here, which is the fun. I'm going to have to move. I've got stuff piled. I tidy up. I feel like every week I tidy up, and then within a short period I've got like paints, pens. I need to like make more working space. Okay, so I feel like collage is probably going to be, I'm going to have issues now that even though I've clipped this, as you can see, it is bulky. So I'm not going to be able to do vast amounts, I don't think, unless I cut more pages out. I just don't want to do loads of collage. I'm going to keep it. I'm using this little bit of paper to glue on. Where is my Pritt-stick? And the fun with the abstract stuff is I try really hard not to be too, some days I do have an idea. I look at the colours I've got on hand and I sort of feel like, oh, I haven't used my oil pastels for a bit. Let's use some oil pastels. But the collage is a really helpful sort of, I don't know, it just gets it all going. Had a lot of, this was like a offcuts. And then I think I might do paint again. I've been really enjoying thickly laying down paint in this one. Still got quite, I might get away with being able to stick a bit on this side, but not here. And then just play about in response to these colours and bits of paper. This was an old cut up drawing. Just seeing what else I've got lying around. Okay. So another idea that I've been enjoying recently is what I want for my palette to spread the paint on is just like I've got, fold up this drawing paper. I'm going to use this drawing paper, so I'm going to have to move this box of paints. Gosh. And I'm going to use the piece of paper to just check to be my palette, because then I've had great fun. I've actually put where did I put the drawer? Is it on the wall? Has it fallen? Oh, so it's stuck in front of me. Should I take it off? Did I show this? So this is up on my wall, but this was, yeah, acrylic paint used as a palette, and then I spread all the paint out and just decided to make it into sort of a landscape, sort of an intuitive. Just went with, so I've stuck that on my wall because I quite like it as inspiration. And now I can get going. So you could use, I mean, it's great with acrylics because then, but you can just use, if you've got some paints that you need to, are getting a bit old, or, now which water, this is my, because I have two different jars. I've got a jar of a little bit of water for when I'm using acrylic wash, because I have to be really careful of seeing about paint, so that can be then taken outside to evaporate. I put it in a bucket to evaporate. And let's just, so what I like about this process is I really do like those two colours, and I can put out more here, but this will then become, this tester paper can become like its own, what's the word? yeah, I can make it into a drawing or use it as a background colour for something on top. I'm playing around with also trying not to keep it too neat. Another fun thing to do is to stick, if you've got tubes of paint, I mean, you can't really do this, I guess, with obviously if you've got patterns. I guess if you've got jelly, for people who use the jelly, jelly gouache, you could just put some on with especially if it takes up too much space, because sometimes if you haven't got a big desk, it can be really hard to get out all your material. So you could just put some paints on this bit of paper. And yeah, that water's got a bit of yellow in it, but this is not about, I actually like that. I love that colour's really cool. And I think actually the sort of addition accidentally of the orange adds a little something to it. Okay, now should I keep going with, so I've got some green. Change the brush, get a smaller brush maybe. Where do I want? And you can sometimes just dab. I just like this. These abstract pages are about. I've really been so much more, I don't know, engaged or just relaxed recently since I've stopped caring. I don't know. Maybe it's bad I don't have major goals or aims at the moment, but it is allowing me to different days just do different styles of art. It can be some days I do want to do proper that's pretty bad to say proper drawings, but like I want to do observational drawings where I do still do that. Sometimes in the kitchen I'll have my sketchbook out and I'll draw the bowl of fruit, or I have to say, I am struggling. One thing I am struggling a bit with, so all my different style of sketchbooks here are, I love this because I can grab the sketchbook according to what I'm in the mood for. However, with my inside sketchbook, which is sort of an anything goes one, the problem I have with that is it's a biggish Royal Talens one, which I got on offer. It wasn't terribly, I think I managed to get it for like $15, which for a big A4 sketchbook I don't think is too badly priced, but I don't know why I'm just having trouble with that sketchbook. I feel like I don't know if it's just so, I just need to get on with it. Part of me is like some of the pages need to be covered up. So you can also like draw with the, and then get where does that cocktail stick? Grab a cocktail stick and just drag. It's not really working, is it? It's thick enough. But how would you know unless you give it a go? Where I think that I kind of want to. I'm spreading on this because this could become also either that could become an abstract in its own right, or it can become a background for drawing on top of. Okay, so let's have a look. I feel like it's the pages that I'm not even really thinking too much about. I'm not like, sort of my brain is cleared. I don't know how to say it, but obviously just when I'm engaged in sort of just the looking and not too much thinking, which is sometimes why I try and do voiceovers, because, you know, this may not work out as I even though I'm trying not to think about outcome, I guess I am conscious that I'm speaking. But you know what? It's a lot quicker for me to do this than record and then make a voiceover. So that's how we're flowing. And I think it's pretty authentic. You know, this is how... This paint is a bit gloopy. So I'm really dirtying it up. That's going to be interesting. I just want to see the... This piece of paper has sort of clear gesso on it. It was oil pastel, and then I scraped on. It's quite nice and textured actually, so I can go on top with all sorts if I want to. Because it's not just the oil pastel now, it should be a smudgy mess had I. Okay, so what I think I want now is, this little box is really going down. This is one of my odds and ends of... I didn't really like that, so now I want to, like, I know if I put this white, I think there's some things that you do know which will happen, because I know obviously going over this neo colour too with this white oil pastel is going to really, I like that effect. That's much more pleasing to me. This area here I kind of want to do something with, and so now I'm thinking my little collage odds and ends box. Do I want I kind of want something bright. So, or the other option is to go over the top. See, some of these, this is the reason why I'm trying to make an effort to use up this particular set. It's not actually, I don't think it's that old, but I'm having problems, like some of them, I like these paints, but the caps don't tend to, they're a bit tricky. I just find these dry up a bit more if I'm not careful. It's kind of an interesting effect. Okay, I'm just going to add a little bit more, is this dry? Yeah. One other idea is to, obviously, then I have to stop and start this video. You can put your pages down to dry, grab something else, come back to them as well. I kept, you know, when you get the, what's it called? For the rolls of, I guess this was washi tape, and it's plastic, so I thought I'd keep it and then I can use it as a stencil or for printing, which will be fairly, I think I'd want to use for that then. Should we go? I've not actually done it. I do use it also for a, oh gosh, when you stencil. Okay, this is acrylic gouache. It's quite just fun to do. And then recycling, so I'm going to keep that, and when it's dried it's fine, it can be used again. So let me have a, I think this needs something else. This isn't done, and I do like that green, and I'm about to ruin it because I forgot this is all, you know something, that's okay, because that's actually quite an interesting. I will just try and get that green. I really want to like scroll into that section with something. That's the whole water. Where did I put my, I did have a little bit of a tidy up, and I put my, where's my soft, like, let's get this one out. It's quite fun. And that's, whenever in doubt, there is like a little bit of, did I jog it? Whoops. A little bit of, and sometimes because pinning up my work in front of me, I can see it's quite fun to look at the abstract pieces and just get some ideas. Like I've got a piece in front of me where I've got a big zigzaggy line, and I'm able to think about what I want to bring in. You can play around with scrolling, like, I probably should have left this all to dry a bit, but it doesn't really matter. I want it, it's kind of, want that red line there. Red here. I think that is going to be it for these 2 pages. The joy of these sort of sketchbooks is you do get to leave them maybe more unfinished than you would obviously your works on paper and canvas that you put up. So yeah, but that's actually, there's some, I kind of like the sort of really sort of I guess rustic, very naive effects. So that's my spread. Okay, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.